初めて遊園地に来たようなハイテンションだ。
お待たせ。
Alright, so spring anime season is basically upon us. It already started. There's actually a good amount of anime this season. I watched some of it. I like it, but I want to focus on one anime in particular that aired last season, the winter season, that I don't think too many people talked about. Not really. I don't see too many reviews on it. I personally liked it. It's a slice of life anime. You want something laid back, kick back, and I recommend this one because I hope it gets a season 2. That being said, Welcome to Japan, Ms.Elf was probably one of those sleeper slice of life anime not too many people talked about. I enjoyed it. I really liked it. So let's just talk about it. Also, I'm fully convinced that this show was only made as a way to advertise tourism in Japan. Like, I am not joking. They made so many Japan references, and they're like, hey, you should go to Japan here. Oh, we have the Shinkansen here. Oh, we should go to the hot springs. We should go to Aobori, Japan. Like, I am fully convinced this is just one big advertisement for tourism in Japan. That being said, I actually like the anime. I know a lot of people will say differently, nothing bad happened, but if you can't tell by the title, it's basically a slice of life type of anime. It's a reverse isekai. In that sense, it's basically the main character goes to a different world. However, he ends up bringing one of his girlfriends to our reality, which I thought was pretty ingenious. I thought was pretty cool. But the one thing that irked me about this show, also spoilers by the way, is the fact that they kept going back and forth and whatnot. They introduced some plot line about some dungeon or whatever that didn't really pan out. Nothing came out of it. It just kind of annoyed me that they focus, oh, we gotta go explore this dungeon, whatnot, rather than the slice of life elements or the cool exploration of having the elf girl Mari go into our world and explore it. I feel like it should have been more developed. They should have done a little bit more, just introduce stuff like that. But overall, I think this was a pretty solid premise of an anime. So pretty much the story of this is we have our main character, Kazuhiro, or Kuze. I literally forgot his name. We'll call him K because I forgot his name and I don't want to Google it. But pretty much this guy, ever since he was a kid, he's had a hard time smiling. He's always been kind of grumpy. He's never been very cheerful. But whenever he would dream, whenever he would sleep, he would always fantasize about being in this other realm. He would always be much more happy. Much later on, when he's an adult, he's all happy, he's all cheerful, and that's because in his dreams he's actually transported into another world where he gets to meet this elf girl named Mari. And throughout his adventures in this other world, basically when he was growing up, he encountered her. They became really good friends and whatnot, until one day he goes to sleep and Mari is sleeping in his camp as well, and he wakes up back into our reality, into our world. And guess what? He's reverse isekai. Well, he's transported back into our world. It turns out when he's dreaming, he's transported to another world. Not too many people can actually do this. He only has this ability for some reason. It's never fully explained. But when he wakes up, he finds this majestic elf girl named Mari. Mari is right there and she freaks out. She doesn't really understand him. She's like, why are you so old looking? Like, what happened to the young Kuze? I was like so super used to. And it's like this very nice, wholesome interaction and whatnot. So basically the entire premise of this story is he has to explain to her, oh, I'm actually from this world. It turns out when I'm dreaming, I go to your world. And it's really cool. You're seeing the interactions between someone who comes from a world of magic and all that, and seeing our modern reality, and they're like, holy shit, this is such a big culture shock because this is a car. Why doesn't it move like a horse? Why is there no dragons? Oh, this is an iPad. It's just pretty cool. And the fact that he's introducing her to so many areas in Japan. Oh, you can do this in Tokyo, you can try this food and whatnot. I really like this aspect of the show because it's pretty much just a nice slice of life, wholesome romance type of thing. They don't actually get together till like the very end where they actually kiss. Spoilers, by the way, but pretty much he's just introducing her to the whole vibe of Japan, why my world is the way it is. And then they go back and forth between each realm. They end up doing some like weird dungeon cave thing where they ultimately encounter a dragon. The dragon ends up being able to go into a human form, and the dragon's like, you know what, I kind of want to go to your world, Kuze, because you bring me some good food from Japan. I want to try it. So she goes into the human world, and it's like this nice escapade, this nice adventure and whatnot. But yeah, I think the premise was pretty solid about this series. The animation was honestly pretty. I like the whole vibe. It felt like this romance type of thing, but not necessarily. I do like every now and then seeing a good reverse isekai, and now this wasn't one of those series where they power skill, where they do all that. No, it's just pretty much like an adventure romancy type of thing. These two characters don't really know how to interact. Everyone else around them says, okay, you guys are pretty much lovers, all, without everything in the name, but just get together because everyone around them is like, these guys are definitely lovers. The whole aspect of exploring Japan to me was pretty fascinating, because I actually went to Japan last November and I've never heard about like half of these places. I don't even know what Aobori, Japan is. Apparently it's a city or prefecture north near Hokkaido. To me, that's definitely on my bucket list now, because there's a bunch of cool places there I saw in the anime, so I'm definitely gonna go there next year or whenever I decide to go with my friends to Hokkaido. So like I said, this is pretty much just one big tourism ad for the nation. I don't mind it. I thought it was a pretty nice thing. The interaction between these two characters, how they go from shyfulness to pretty much being open with one another, was really nice. It was a really nice interaction between these two characters. Like I said, there's not really too much to talk about this series. If you want the series to go lay back, kick back, and relax, and this is one I honestly recommend. Nowadays, there's a bunch of generic isekai series where people like are too broken and whatnot, but no, this one's a bit different because it's just your slice of life, takes a trope and makes it, oh hey, let's go explore my reality and then let's go back to your reality, and it gives a pretty good function or measure of how things work. The only way you can achieve this is through dreaming, and only certain people can achieve this. Just like Kazuo's grandfather, he knows about this other world, which I assume that's where he met his grandmother. That's just my theory. I haven't really read the manga, but I do hope this series gets another season, because I just want to see more of these two characters, including the dragon lady, explore Japan, because I thought it was pretty fun. The moments within it were very nice, very wholesome, very interactive. So yeah, this is my take. It's a very nice slice of life anime, so if you want something to kick back and relax, definitely go watch this. It's only a 12 episode show, so yeah, very simple. I give it a 7 out of 10. The opening's very nice, the scenery is very nice. Like I said, it's just one big tourism thing, but yeah, go watch it. Anyways, I'll be watching some of the newer anime that come out. I'll give you my thoughts on it. There is one I'm actually very interested in. It's I'm reborn as an evil lord of a galactic empire or something like that. But yeah, if you guys have watched this anime, if you haven't, let me know what you think. And if you do want to watch it, does this interest you in any sort of way? And yeah, I'll keep you guys on the next one. Peace.